Philadelphia. T.J. Watt limped toward the tunnel leading to the visitors' locker room at Lincoln Financial Field Sunday after the Pittsburgh Steelers' 27-13 loss to the Philadelphia Eagles. With 3 games in 11 days, including 2 against teams with the best records in the NFL, the Steelers face a tough road ahead, and Watt's injury could complicate their journey. "Very frustrating, especially this late in the season," Watt said, adding that he rolled his ankle and will undergo further testing to determine his status for the next game in 6 days against the Baltimore Ravens. A win would secure the AFC North for Pittsburgh, but with a Christmas Day game against the Kansas City Chiefs just 96 hours later, the Steelers will need to be quick on their feet. Defensive lineman Cam Heyward reflected on the tight schedule. "We're not afforded a lot of time. We've got to have a memory like a goldfish. Got to move on. Not to say we don't respect who we just played, but the clock is ticking." The Eagles dominated the game in the final minutes, holding the ball for the last 10 minutes and 29 seconds. They converted 10 of 17 third-down attempts, 58.8%, leaving the Steelers little room to respond. Head coach Mike Tomlin was distraught with the team's tackling. "We weren't good enough in some fundamental areas tonight," he said. "We own that, particularly as coaches. We started slow, but you have to give some credit to those guys. The stars will not define us, but we largely see the big picture as those fundamental things outlined." In the second half, Pittsburgh struggled. They had just 2 possessions, leading to a fumble and a punt, and ran only 11 plays. The start of the game wasn't much better. The Steelers punted on 4 of their first 5 drives, managing only a field goal in between. A fumble by Eagles rookie Cooper DeJean on a punt return gave the Steelers the ball at Philadelphia's 11-yard line, but they squandered the opportunity. They had earlier wasted a perfect punch out from Watt on Jalen Hurts, which gave them possession in plus territory. Watt acknowledged the Eagles' offensive threat. "We knew they could run it and pass it," he said after Hurts threw for 290 yards. A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith had over 100 yards and a touchdown for Philadelphia. Pittsburgh's first scoring drive was set up by a fight that resulted in a pair of personal fouls against the Steelers, much to Tomlin's disgust. The team's first down came more than 20 minutes into the game, while the Eagles finished with 26 first downs compared to Pittsburgh's 10. "They played way better than us tonight. It's unacceptable how we played," wide receiver Wilson said. "I think we feel like we got to be sharper. So we just have to stay the course. And know that we have a big week coming up. We have to respond. We have to get ready to go." Since Wilson took over as the starter from Justin Fields, who left Sunday's game with an abdomen injury, the Steelers have been 6-2. However, Wilson's passing game has struggled. Against Philadelphia, he completed 14 of 22 passes for 128 yards, 30 fewer than his performance in last week's 27-14 win over the Browns. Over the past 2 games, Wilson has a 60.4% completion rate. This has coincided with the absence of wide receiver George Pickens, the team's leading target, who is sidelined with a hamstring injury. "We're not just trying to squeak into the playoffs," Heyward said. "It's nice to know that we don't have to wait until week 18 to determine if we're in the playoffs. We have a playoff team. We knew that before this game. We played a quality playoff opponent." With 2 more tough matchups ahead, including one against the Ravens, the Steelers' playoff hopes remain in their hands. Winning the AFC North is still within reach, but Heyward knows the challenge is ahead. "We're not going to run from that," he said. "We knew we were walking into some tough games ahead." The Steelers have a chance to redeem themselves and secure their playoff position, but they'll need to shake off this loss and quickly regroup for the road ahead.